Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. Tonight, I got myself, Hector, also known as CN6, and with me, I got Jazzy
What up?
and Hav.
Yo,
And tonight, guys, we are going to be reviewing Presence. But before we do, I'd like to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at Heat Ray Vision Podcast. Go to heatrayvisionpodcast.com. You can see all of our links through there. Also, join the Discord. Top link in the description. Join the Discord, guys. Come chat with us about video games, movies, and TV shows, and just vibe with us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Presence, man, a movie that was almost flew under my radar, man. I ain't
Same
gonna lie.
here. Same
But,
here, man. I only heard about this, I think, last week when we were talking about it or some shit like that? I forgot.
I think I heard it a little bit earlier than that, but it's a January movie, and it's pretty damn unique. At least from when I saw the trailer.
Same here.
Right.
I didn't even see the full thing because I was actually, to my surprise, I was actually very much looking forward to this because the whole premise of the movie is that you see it from the spirit's perspective, kind of like a Violent Nature, but instead of seeing a killer, we see the spirit's perspective on the movie. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I saw maybe the first I'm not even joking, maybe 15 seconds of it. I was like, you know what, I'm hooked. I don't want to see any more because then I'll get spoiled on it. But that was how I heard about it. I don't know about you, Hav.
I don't remember how I heard about it. I think I saw something on X.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I think I had texted the group chat about it, and Hector was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about it." Like he had already heard about it before I texted you guys. And I'm gonna be real, I didn't even watch the trailer.
Oh yeah, you
I
went
always
to it blind.
meant to.
You went to it blind.
I always meant to, but I think I just kept forgetting, or I think I had other shit I was doing. So I never got around to it. I was gonna watch the trailer, then I just never did. So I even told Hector before the movie started, I was like, "Bro, I haven't even seen the trailer." So I'm gonna watch this shit blind. I hope it's good.
Well, the way you saw the movie, that's how the trailer was.
Yeah, I
Like,
imagine.
the camera perspective and shit, and it was very vague, very extremely vague. Like we just saw some moments here and there, and I saw the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was too much. I just thought I was like, okay, this is actually pretty damn interesting because, like what you said, it's like a Violent Nature type of situation. I've never seen a ghost movie like
In the
this
perspective
before.
of a ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I've never seen that before. I'm sure maybe
There's
are.
probably something out there.
Yeah, but I think it's really unique, and I think it was enough for me to actually give it a shot because, I don't know. I'm kind of really interested in the kind of experimental type of movies now, right? Like Violent Nature, I was like, yo, okay, bet we gotta check that out. This one, Mario, you and I saw Skinamarink, right?
Yeah, that one
movie.
I still very much enjoy that movie.
Yeah, and
looking
it's-
back on it.
And I don't know, I'm just really into that type of stuff. So when I saw this, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm hooked. Let's watch it.
I was instantly hooked.
It's a January movie though, and I guess it's safe to say, man, I did enjoy it though.
Yep, I did. I enjoyed this more than Wolfman. I will say that.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. But guys, just a quick reminder that we will have a non-spoiler section, and then we will have a spoiler section to dive deeper into the story and maybe some theories and stuff. But anyway, I guess should we talk about? Go ahead, Av. What do you?
So first thing that I want to mention is
Yeah.
that this movie was written and directed by Steven Soderbergh,
Okay.
legendary filmmaker who's been making movies since 1981.
God damn.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. So this motherfucker has a long line of movies. He's made a lot. I'm talking
fuck.
a lot of fucking movies. But the most popular ones of his filmography would be he made the Oceans trilogy, Oceans 11, Oceans 12, and Oceans
I've always
13.
heard about those, but I never.
They're like spy movies, I think, or
Yeah.
not spy movie. I think it's heist movies. It's about
Yeah.
the team of people
Okay.
Yeah.
that do elaborate heists and shit. I heard
Uh-huh.
they're really good, and it's
Okay.
called Oceans 11, 12, and 13 because there's 11 members in the first movie, 12, and then 13 members by the end.
Oh wow.
And I heard they're really good. He also made the Logan Lucky movie in 2017, which is a movie that got nominated for some Oscars
Oh, wow.
when it first
Okay.
came out. He also made the Magic Mike movies.
Really?
The first one and the last one. He never
Oh my
made the second
God.
one, I guess,
Oh,
but
okay.
he made Magic Mike.
Are they good, Av?
What?
The Magic Mike movies?
I've only seen the first one.
Oh shit!
And
for
to
real?
be honest, and to be honest,
fuck with you.
no,
I was.
no, I saw it because I remember hearing that Fluffy was in it.
Oh, what
Yeah,
the?
who's
fuck?
one of my favorite comedians.
And he wasn't it?
He was in it. I thought he was just gonna be like some side
Cameo?
character, and
Oh.
he kind of is, but he has more screen time than I expected. And the movie had an interesting plot, but I didn't find it enough to drive the story forward.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, it's mostly just about male strippers.
Yeah.
I had seen reviews saying that it's deeper. There's a deeper story being told, and I saw the deeper story, but I was like, it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, I could get past the male stripping shit because there's a deeper, darker story being told. People said like, there's a deeper, darker story being told, and I was like, deeper, yes.
I don't care, bro. I'm just there for the guys.
I was there for Fluffy, bro.
I was there for who was the main guy in that? Channing Tatum.
I think it was.
Yes, it was Channing
I was there
Tatum.
for Channing Tatum.
Matthew McConaughey.
What you mean?
Oh,
That's
Matthew McConaughey's
funny.
in that movie?
Yes, he is.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Oh, Mario's now gonna watch.
Yeah,
it.
for sure,
for
bro.
sure.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
Flash
good.
Thompson from the Tobey Spider-Man movies.
No, you know, he would watch it if what's his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Not for this.
Shut up, bitch. Yes, he would.
A dancing one?
If he was in it,
A
you'd
male
watch it.
stripper one?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
you be glazing crazy, bro.
Hey man, he got the acting chops.
You be fucking you trying to get chopped up with him?
No.
I don't know what that means.
My thing is, does Mario actually like Timothy Chalamet for the acting, or just because before he
'Cause
started acting,
he thinks he's
he
hot,
had a?
bro. That's what he
What the
told me. I
That's
just think
crazy.
he's hot, bro.
Hey man, that's Al Gaib.
What?
Al Gaib from Dune.
Yeah,
Elga,
that's-
you?
Al Gaib, that's what he is. That's the prophecy.
as written.
As written.
Oh,
That's what they call him. Don't you
Yeah,
remember?
the name?
I'm gonna be real. No. And like, I don't know if it's because he's saying it in a certain way. Is that how you say it?
I forget
No,
what
that's how you
his
say
name
it.
Is
is.
that how
Al
you
Gaib.
pronounce it?
Al Gaib.
Why do you wait? What? Say it again.
Al Gaib.
Al Gaim.
Gaib.
Al Gaib.
Al Gaib.
Al Gaib.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to say my fantasy football name so hard because
Al Gaib.
because my fantasy football name is
Okay.
'cause I named it after this because of the guy. I always name I name my team after the first
Okay.
player I draft. This year
Yeah.
I drafted Bijan Robinson. That's his actual name.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, what's a cool twist I can do it? So I go El Gaib. I was like Bijan El Gaib. I'm like, I like that. That was
Oh.
good. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if Jason Statham was in Magic Mike 2, that's where Hav would. that's when Hav would pull up.
Wouldn't y'all? I mean, he'll
you
probably
mean,
just
girl?
fight all of them.
Imagine
He would just fight and kill all of them, bro.
No.
for that.
The
That's his-
movie,
that's
no, the
his
movie
next
would just be
movie.
called The Stripper.
The stripper, and it's him dancing at a
Yeah.
dancing at a male stripper club. But then the
funny,
bartender
actually.
gets kidnapped.
Yeah,
so he
the
has to
The
Yeah,
manager.
so he's let's say he's no, ready? I got it. The stripper, right? He's a single father.
God.
He's a male stripper to make
Ends meet.
Men's
yeah,
meet, right?
But then all of a sudden, as some dude pulled up as like part of the mafia and
Yeah.
wanted to strip dance, and he said, "What? Hell no, I don't swing that
No,
way."
no, no, no,
bitch."
he said-
no, shut up. What? Fuck no, I don't swing that way, bitch. And so what the mafia do? He finds out his info, kidnaps his daughter, and then we later find out he was a vet. He was a vet, but you know how like vets like get treated like shit after, so that's why he resorted to being a stripper.
Oh my god.
So that is why. So because he uses his vet skills to seek after his daughter that was stolen. That's the plot. That's the
What are you?
that's the movie.
What are
No, I was literally
I'm a
about to
stripper.
add. I was literally about to add, bro. It's like just him says no touching.
And he fights everybody without him getting touched.
He's a part of the secret organization strip.
Is it acronym?
Yeah.
That's funny, actually.
Anyway, okay. Fuck, where were we, man? Oh yeah, we're listening to
Presents.
movies. Is that everything?
I mean, he's had other movies, but those are like the biggest ones.
Biggest
that I
ones.
find.
Okay, dude, that's kind of strange. So well, clearly he's been in the game for so long.
Yes.
To me, this movie gave like a vibe of like a maybe like a debut or something, like something that's because it seems very experimental, man. It seems something.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, they put it in January, man,
Yeah.
you know, and it just seems like it might be for the acquired taste. It might be. It's just like an experiment.
I mean, yeah, our movie theater was not a lot of people.
fuck no.
Not
dead,
a lot.
bro.
It was
It was
really
dead as
dead.
hell, wow.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I thought. You know, I didn't think that it was from a director that was like in the game and you know had some skin in the game. But okay, Preston, do you want to? Can you give the synopsis for that real quick?
Well, the synopsis is pretty simple. Actually, we kind of already, in a sense, talked about it, but really, it's about a spirit that haunts a house, or haunts, quote unquote, and a family moves into the house, and we are seeing the movie through the spirit's perspective.
Yeah.
And the way that the movie is shot is kind of strange because, like, it kind of shows the movie in parts.
Yeah.
Like occasionally it'll go into a black screen, and then when the scene comes up again, it's like time has passed. It's a different setting. It's a different thing. You know what I mean? But it always takes place in the same house and the family that is moving into the house. It's just like the movie In a Violent Nature. It is told from the spirit's perspective.
Yeah,
That's
And it's-
basically
yeah,
what the
it's-
movie's
and
about.
It's pretty vague, and they keep it vague enough to where you don't know if this presence is an evil entity or a good entity. We don't know its intentions, and that's what's kind of makes it interesting. Is
Yes.
okay, we're learning more, and she's okay. What's going on here, right? And I guess was it what you guys were expecting?
No. I mean, wait. Was it
Like the movie? I don't know. Like
No,
based
I
on the
was not.
trailer, or like based on
Based
the
on the
premise,
trailer.
Is it something what you like? We're, okay,
the final product, based on what I saw in the trailer, it was not what I was expecting
Yeah.
to a degree.
Do you think? Well, before I ask you this again, what about you? Have was it something that you like were expecting?
It's kind of weird for me because even though I did not watch the trailer, this was exactly what I expected. Because it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people tend to overthink
yeah.
ghosts and spirits and stuff like that when really in reality if they were actually real and out there, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be overcomplicated as to like, well, how do they see us, how do they communicate to us? It could be as simple as like a ghost could be right in front of you and you wouldn't even know it,
Yeah.
type of deal. So for me, for the spirit to walk around the house and like just stand in front of somebody in their face and they don't know it is kind of how I expected a perspective of a spirit would be. You know what I mean? I kind of expected it would be like that.
Yeah.
If it was like a ghost or something, I would probably expect the camera to like go into a wall and then it comes out the other wall like Casper.
Yeah.
Or some shit. But I could understand like if they're gonna film it with cameras, obviously you can't just run the camera into a wall. So, but I did it. I had a feeling it would be like this when I heard it would be from the perspective of a ghost or a spirit.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it would be shot this way.
Yeah.
I did like how a lot of it was one shot. I like how like you know it didn't really cut off except for those moments where it would just go black screen and then it would re-enter into like a new setting or it's like time has passed and stuff. But yes, I had a feeling it would be filmed like this. I had a feeling
Yeah.
this is kind of what I was expecting. Now the question that I asked myself is how much longer will the novelty of the filmmaking last until I'm over it and I'm like, okay, but what does this movie really have to offer for real? The question is like, okay, when will it get old? And to me personally, never got old. I was still hooked through this movie, even through like the beginning, the setup, when the family starts to grow aware and whatever. Like I felt like the novelty of the filmmaking never got old for me. I was hooked from beginning to end.
Yeah, I agree. I expected it to be filmed the same way as well. I guess I wasn't expecting it the way it would go. That's like spoiler territory, so we're gonna
Yeah.
save it. But the one thing that I want to like, I guess, preface is that this is not the typical type of horror spirit type of movie where there's gonna be like jump scares and shit like that. I think if you guys are listening and planning to go see it, don't expect anything like that. I feel like this is is more like of a drama, man. If you really think about it.
Yeah, it's not horror. How should I say? It's a family drama with horror sprinkled into it.
Yeah, and like it creates
That's what
this
it is.
like a somber, like grim type of setting, and it's not. Don't go in here, guys, expecting to be like The Conjuring or anything like that. Because I'm gonna be real. When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, cool. At this point, we don't know if the entity's bad, right? And shit like that. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see some crazy shit. But if anything, I thought it was a lot more. It was more deeper than that.
It was.
and it wasn't like some cheap jump scares or anything like that. I thought it was very intriguing, and like I agree with Hop. I was like immersed from the beginning, like to the very end. But I think just want to make sure I preface that because in case people be like, "Oh shit,
I want some
ghost
horror.
perspective.
Yeah.
We're gonna see some crazy shit. We're gonna see,
A possession.
yeah,
some
like
shit.
some like Conjuring shit, which is it's nothing like that.
No.
And what's interesting too, Mario, actually, I want to ask you this, man. Did you get any like Skin 'em and Rink vibes a bit?
I did.
Because I did. Did you see it too, Off?
You saw
No.
it?
Oh, okay.
No, but I've seen the trailer.
Oh, shit, okay.
I've had him grab footage
Yeah.
when I made the clips
Yeah.
all those
Oh,
years
I
ago,
gotcha.
and just based on like the clips that I saw on YouTube, and like
Oh.
I kind of got the same vibe. In which case, there's not a lot of background noise, not a lot of music. There is a score. There's music in this, which I gotta say the score's fire.
Yeah.
It's all mainly like pianos and shit. I fuck with the score. I might just download it on some hop shit, but
Yeah.
I
Some
did
hot
get
shit
some
mixed
spit-
in with every other music.
Yeah.
Have one playlist for everything.
yeah, bro.
Hey man, I don't blame him. I don't blame.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I got some Skinamarink vibes in which
Yeah.
like it's kind of eerie. There's not a lot of background noise. A lot of quiet moments. A lot of just like no noise, nothing and like
Yeah.
that and stuff like that. Got to the point where I was eating candy, and I was like, I should be quiet.
Oh.
Because the
Hey,
movie's
respect-
quiet.
hey, respect that.
It kind of
I
like
respect
sounds
that.
like it's kind of like when you go watch A Quiet Place. You're like, damn, for a
yeah.
movie that's quiet as fuck, I don't want to
can't
chew
eat
my
my
popcorn.
Yeah.
type of shit. So I mean, I got Skinamarink vibes from like the
Yeah.
little bit that I know about it.
Yeah.
What about you, Mario?
Yeah.
No, there are definitely moments. I will say Skinamarink does the horror way better.
Yeah.
Like horror / fear better. This one is just not really about it, but
Yeah.
there are moments where you get like a still shot and there's like really nothing going on, especially in the very beginning of the movie. It's very much like that, and then it gets sprinkled throughout the rest of the film. But no, I definitely do get those vibes from
Yeah.
it for sure.
Because when I was watching the movie, I was making that connection. Like, dang, this reminds me a lot of the of Skinamarink, man. Like
Yeah.
with the prolonged shots. But the only difference is obviously here we're actually getting actual dialogue, and we actually see the characters' faces versus
Yeah.
in Skinamarink. The dialogue is very minimal, and you don't see
A lot of people.
their faces at all.
Yeah.
But I do agree that Skinamarink did have that more of an eerie type of, sense.
Yeah.
An eerie presence,
This moment.
right? Pun intended.
Yeah.
And versus this one, right? But I still think that it worked well, if anything. Even though this movie might not be like horror, Conjuring and stuff, it's still very unique for what it is. And I think the overall deeper message is like, I think you're gonna really fuck with it. So, but in case you guys are wondering, the people that have seen Skinamarink and you guys don't like it, because I will acknowledge, right? Mario and I acknowledge this in our Skinamarink review, that the film is very experimental. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's an extremely slow burn, absolutely. And I think that you would get more enjoyment if you saw it by yourself or something. And that's how I saw it by myself right here. And
Yeah,
like
same.
lights were off and shit, and I was like, yo, I was really immersed. But I can understand that many people might not like that film, and I kind of want to say that for this one too.
Yeah.
Is I kind of want to say that this film maybe most people will not really like it
No, I think they're not gonna like it, bro, or fuck
because
with
it's
it.
like not the Conjuring.
It's not
bullshit.
like that. I think people will walk into this and be like, and rightfully so, if they watch
Yeah.
the trailer or if they hear about it through word of mouth, they're gonna think, oh, it's gonna be spooky, but just through the POV of the ghost. Like, oh, that sounds cool. Like the idea of
Yeah.
that is cool. Like it genuinely is. But when they go in there, I feel like they're gonna be very disappointed and be put off by that. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck about the family drama, regardless if they're entertained by it or not. It's going to be very hit or miss. Me generally, I like the experimental take. For what we actually got, it is enjoyable. I will say it. Like, even though I hate when trailers kind of do where they kind of mislead you in the trailer and make you think one way when the movie's actually another way. What we got is good in my mind. I don't know about you guys or not.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think more so what I think that maybe people might not like is maybe the drama aspect, or maybe the prolonged shots, right? Or because there are certain moments that nothing really is happening. It's just like a camera like panning around the house for a bit, dialogue here and there, then it just cuts, and people might be like, oh, well, what the fuck happened? And then we get some type of time jumps, and people might wonder, well, what happened during that time? But in my opinion, I don't think it like broke the immersion for me. I thought it was okay, because it's like I don't think I need to know what exactly happened. Like, for example, right, we see a shot of them moving into the house, talking to the real estate agent. Then the next shot, it's them already establishing the house.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to see them going through the process of actually securing
Unboxing
the
the
house. Unboxing, yeah,
the
you know what I
stuff
mean?
and- yeah.
I don't think I need to see that. So I think
Yep.
the way they were able to break, I guess, each chapters, even though it's not really,
Chapters, I know what you
chapters, I thought they did pretty well, and I was still like immersed into the story, you know. So okay, with that, I mean, what about let's talk about the acting. What did you guys think?
I think it was actually
about-
pretty good. It's
about
one of
the
the it's one of the bright spots I have. I think every actor. I don't think there's already an established actor in this movie, right? Everyone.
I can't think of
I
anyone.
No.
Everyone in there. I
I mean,
thought
they've all
was a
they
few
I've,
for me.
I know they've all done stuff in the past, but nothing that I've seen.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, this was my first time introduced to any of these people. I think they all did good in their respective roles. I think for me, the bright spot, and obviously she's the main character. I think like the main focus of the story. I forgot her name, but she's the daughter because obviously
Yeah.
shit has happened to her, and I think she portrays what her role is, which is like being the neglected one in the family because she's been through shit. And I don't want to say too much because then I feel again to spoiler territory.
Yeah.
But the role she had, I think she kills it. And same with her brother. I think her brother and her are the bright spots. Everyone did good though, but I think
Really?
her and her brother are the bright
I thought,
spots.
I thought everybody was pretty much solid, man, except for like one particular character that I was like, it's all
Who?
right.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's spoiler territory, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah, we could talk about that because Mario was laughing at shit. Mario was laughing in the theater. So fuck-
I'll explain
Oh,
yeah, you can fine. You can explain it fine. But we'll get to that in spoiler section.
So the
Yeah.
mom,
yeah.
she's been in a bunch of stuff actually.
Oh wow.
She's had an acting career since 1991. Most
Okay.
recently, I guess I saw her. I never noticed. She was in Red One, that Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie with
Yeah.
Chris Evans,
Oh,
and I
heard that shit
remember
flopped.
have not seen it.
it's mid. It's whatever. She was Calypso in Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Oh, yeah.
She's also the voice of Master Viper in the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Oh,
Really?
No way.
I could not put
Yeah,
that
that's
together.
her. That's her.
No way.
And she
That's
was
raw.
in
So this is my first time because I didn't know that Master Viper.
yeah. And then she was in a bunch of other movies. Mulan 2, the
Oh wow.
2 Kill Bill movies, the
Oh,
animated Tinkerbell movies in the from Disney. And yeah, like there's a
Okay,
bunch
What
of
about,
other
what
ones.
about the father?
she got hits.
Because I want to say I really liked his acting too.
The father?
I thought he was solid,
Let
man.
me look it up.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen him before, bro.
Ah.
I feel like the daughter. I feel like I've seen her before.
When, like what? The only thing I can think of is some sort of Netflix original.
I feel like I've maybe not a show or movie that I saw, but like I've seen her around, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but I could be wrong.
I mean,
But-
no, this is my. I mean, it's not my first time, but the mom. I thought it was my first time seeing her, but no,
Oh, yeah.
apparently I've fucking seen her already because I do the Kung Fu Panda shit. I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea she was a voice actor for Viper.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny as hell.
I mean, the dad is an actor named Chris Sullivan,
Uh-huh.
and he has made quite a few movies. Not any that I've personally have seen.
Okay.
Of all the movies on here that he has been in,
Yeah.
I have not seen any of them other than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And he plays a side character named Taserface.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember
And
him.
he also voices Taserface on What If.
Oh wow.
Okay.
In season 1, What If T'Challa became a Star-Lord?
Oh wow. Really?
He was in that.
Damn.
As far as TV shows, he's mostly known for being a main role in a show called This Is Us.
Oh, I heard of that.
I heard of that show, but I've never seen
He was in one episode of Law and Order SVU.
Law and Order. Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, that makes sense. I feel like
Yeah,
any
shit,
actor's
what
been
is
in Law
And
and Order.
in video games, he was in Madden NFL 19.
What the fuck was he in Madden?
Mad at, I don't know, man.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
In
You
story
take any
mode,
gig
he
you can
played
get,
Mac
bro.
McGlynn,
Oh, okay.
some character. And then you
character.
said you've seen the daughter before?
Yeah, bro.
So the daughter is Kalina Liang,
Uh-huh.
and she was her films include Steven Soderbergh's Presence and J.C. Lee's Bad Genius, which
Yeah.
also came out in 2020.
Those are the only movies?
Four.
that she's in?
Those are the only 2 movies. And then she had one TV show, a British teen drama, aired in 2022. Tell Me Everything.
On Netflix?
Oh, I think it's something like that.
Is it on Netflix?
Is it on Netflix?
I don't
know, but I think I that sounds familiar. I think I saw her. I didn't see the show or whatever, but I could have sworn I saw her like on screen before.
Yeah.
Or like from clips. or
That just
some shit.
no. She looks like an actor that would be in a
That Netflix would
Netflix
pick up.
original. Yeah, I know. That's what
No,
I'm
like
saying.
a cast from like 13 Reasons Why. or
Yeah,
some
bro.
shit.
She just like I'm like, bro. She just fits that show. Yeah. Hell no, that's fucking funny.
Same thing with the you know the speaking of 13 Reasons Why, the brother reminds me of that guy.
Oh,
what's his name?
the tall
Zach.
Yeah,
that guy. I don't know why he reminds me of him.
No, he kind of is kind of the same character, low key. That isn't that
Yeah.
guy into like lifting,
Yeah.
sports, I'm a
Type
chat,
shit.
and then
Yeah.
he's like that too.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
So they're kind of the same character type.
Yeah. And okay, so what else? There are some throughout the movie, there are some plot lines that we like see, but we don't necessarily get answers.
Yeah, there was one in particular that I was actually very intrigued in, but it never got answered.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe like a little negative that I have, but I get it. It's not the main focus.
Yes.
But it's still something that like interesting. We see some small dialogue and plot points building up, but it kind of leads to nowhere. What else? Is there any other negatives you guys could catch?
Negatives?
In terms of
Or
negatives,
something that maybe stood out.
I would just say the only negative I had was the plot points being not answered. The one involving the one character. I'll just say the mom. That plot point I won't go into until spoilers, obviously. Other than that,
Mom, really? I was thinking of like I said, multiple. Yeah, the mom and like the father.
I'm trying to think of his plot point.
Maybe you don't remember. We could discuss.
Yeah, I was
it
going to
in
say
spoiler.
but that even though I did enjoy, like I said, that it's very misleading, the trailer, and so for what we got, like I said, it's good, but I think if they would have just done it to how I thought they were going to do it, I think they would have had a banger. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they would have. It does in terms of the horror element. I think it might drag on. Like like it takes a while for us to get there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, you know what I mean? And I get it, like you are the horror element, you're watching the horror element, but it's like I still want to see some spooky shit. You know what I mean? But I think that's for that's
Yeah.
for me.
There's something in the trailer that made it seem like it was going to be a certain way, but then that glimpse that we see in the trailer, it was like at the end of the movie, and it's like, oh,
Like I said, it takes a while
I guess
for
that
us
was
to
the
get
best
there.
part. Like, I
Yeah,
guess,
for
Yeah.
maybe,
you know. But I mean, like I said, people might not like it as much because of the whole horror element, and maybe not be something that they expect. Another thing too, that I said is you kind of this movie. Okay, depending on like who you are, maybe you might not like it. Is because this movie doesn't really hold your hand with certain things.
Yeah.
Like there's certain parts in this movie and certain things that you kind of have to piece together, and it doesn't blatantly tell you like what's happening or what it is.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies that after you watch the movie, you go out to eat with your friends and y'all discuss it. Like, yo, bro, could it be this and this? Kind of like what we did a little bit, like
Yeah.
when we were leaving the building. When you said, oh, I thought it was this and this, and whatever.
Yeah.
And I know maybe some people might not like that. People like to have like a definitive answer type of thing. Personally, I think for me, it's like a hit or a miss. Like I think in my biggest criticism for Longlegs was like there was a lot of stuff unanswered for like some plot points, and I think I'm gonna be real for this movie. I think that might be like I wouldn't say it's like a huge negative compared to Longlegs, but I do think that it might be just a little bit of a negative that we get certain plot points that from characters and it kind of nothing's really answered, and I kind of want to know what happened and shit.
Yeah.
It was more so just to, I guess, create filler or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe a distraction of what the actual
Maybe.
message was.
Or to like
I don't know.
to like extend the runtime, because I don't know
Yeah.
how long this movie is.
Yeah, but that's a good question.
I don't know how long it
I'm
is.
gonna be honest with you. I have
Let's
no
see.
idea. If you could check. But despite that, I wish that I just wish we had some answers. Sorry, I wish we had some. Sorry, I wish we had answers to certain things, but we did not.
Wow, dude, that's actually not a long whatsoever.
How long
It's
is it?
an hour and 25.
Hour 25?
I thought it was longer.
Okay, I thought it was a bit
felt
longer
longer.
too.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? Maybe it's because of the whole Skinamarink vibes, bro. Because
Maybe.
Skinamarink was also actually, I'm gonna be real. I forgot how long that was.
I can look it up.
But I think it's because of the prolonged shots, because of like all these different aspects that this movie has that kind of makes it feel like it's a bit longer. And even though I did
hour
feel
40.
hour 40, yeah, that makes sense. Fuck, where was I going? I lost my train of thought.
My bad. What was he saying? He was
He was talking about that the runtime makes sense for the prolonged shots, and that's.
Oh
what he
yeah,
stopped.
like the prolonged shots, and everything else in this movie that just made it seem longer. Personally, even though I thought it was longer than that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it really like hurt the immersion though for me.
No.
I was still kind of interested in what was happening.
Yep.
I think my biggest issue was that like we got these interesting, and they were interesting plot points for certain characters that just didn't really go anywhere. You know, and I think that's pretty much like my only like gripe with that.
All right, what about you have?
That for me, it's the same thing. That's the only negative I have in this movie. I have no negatives for this movie. I enjoyed this movie a lot, actually.
Oh, wow.
But the only negative being is the thing that kind of me and Hector talked about a little bit when we were walking out of the movie, and I kind of want to try to get your guys' theories and
cool
questions stuff
discussion,
in the spoiler section, because I was left with the feeling of like so like what exactly happened, like. What exactly did that mean? That shot or whatever, like the movie itself. So, other than that, because I wasn't able to fully pull the pieces together, the rest of the movie I felt I did enjoy. I didn't feel the pacing personally, maybe in the beginning, but that's only because silent, no noise, no background music, nothing. Prolonged shots tend to feel forever.
Yeah.
But once the family started moving in, you started trying to like hear the dialogue and like the predicaments that they're in and stuff. That's when I kind of like lost track of the time and the pacing. So for me, I didn't find the pacing to be a bad thing, and I didn't really have any negatives on the movie other than that small gripe. But I overall enjoyed everything else in this movie.
Oh wow!
In a small scale, in a sense, it was like obviously because it's not found footage. It's not. It's not in the found footage format.
No.
But in a sense, it does give me
Found footage vibes.
Paranormal Activity vibes.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real, man. I wish we had like another good Paranormal Activity. I love the found footage. And
Yeah.
how Paranormal Activity was shot.
Yeah,
I know.
and in a sense, like, but like one of the things that I can appreciate is that with Paranormal Activity, obviously it looked like it was filmed on a $5 budget because
Yeah.
it was just how easy it was to film those kind of movies. But in a sense, I kind of understand the realism of Paranormal Activity when the dude's carrying the camera, so it's all shaky cam running away
Yeah.
up the stairs. But I like that in this one because the presence is a spirit and it's not quite human.
Yeah.
That it's able to move around in the house like very
fluidly.
fluidly and smooth and stuff like that. And it's one of those things where I remember watching Paranormal Activity as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time I had not seen Blair Witch Project, which is actually like the first major found footage movie to come out of that genre. To me, my introduction to found footage was Paranormal Activity. And I remember watching the movie as a kid being like, I like that it feels so real. Like it's
Yeah.
POV, it's first person. That's such a unique way of telling a
horror
ghost
story,
story.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And as more Paranormal Activity movies we got, the less interesting they got. The found
got
footage
played out.
genre.
They got worse. Like the
It got
story-wise,
worse,
too.
bro.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then the found footage genre also blew up because it was like the big thing at the time. So they made hella fucking found footage
Yeah.
movies. Some were good, most were bad.
Yeah.
That it's just kind of got overdone, and it's just kind of stale now. So me watching Presence and the way that it was filmed kind of brought me back to the novelty of how found footage movies were done.
Yeah, it's like a modern take.
Yeah, sort of in a way. It kind of brought me back to like that feeling that I had when I was watching. It's kind of like when you grow up on a PS2
Yeah.
and you play GTA San Andreas and you at the time you're like the graphics are so
Yeah.
crazy. It's blown away how realistic it is. And then you play a game now in this current generation that kind of like pushes the boundaries of graphics and
Yeah.
stuff, and then it kind of brings you back to like, dude, this is kind of like how I felt like back then, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel with Presence. It kind of brought me back to that feeling of like, wow, I've never seen a horror movie
Like-
told in this perspective before.
Like the scene from Ratatouille where the critic eats the ratatouille,
Oh,
and it brings back like,
yeah.
the memory.
to when he was a kid and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
That was hot right there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It brought me back to like watching Paranormal Activity as a kid
Yeah.
at like Fabian's house or some shit. I forget
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I saw it. It was
But
one of your guys'
but
house.
I agree with you, Hav. I do like the modern take. I thought it was unique, and like I said, as I know, man, I don't know if there's any other movie that's done that. I don't know.
No. I
But-
mean, a lot of people, I mean, I know we've made the comparison of In a Violent Nature. However, the only difference is the camera follows the
follows
killer.
the killer.
Whereas the movie Presence is the first person POV of the spirit. So, yes, told from the same perspective, but in A Violent Nature, the camera's following the killer through the woods and shit as the movie goes on.
Yeah.
This movie is a first person POV of the spirit. So you're a little more immersed in that sense.
yeah.
I felt. Which I really like how they did that. But like I said, not a lot of negatives.
And I do like how like the direction of the story went, because I think the ending is really hits you like, whoa, okay, and it
Yes.
makes you and it makes you think about everything else in the movie that you just saw, and it makes you like question and try to come up with some theories and stuff. Personally, I think I got it locked down.
Yeah,
personally.
And to kind of add
really
on
like
to that, I really like when movies have that element. I like when
Yeah.
you leave a movie theorizing, thinking about it, trying to piece it together, because that means that it lasted something, it like left something in your brain, like it had a lasting effect on you to where like you're still thinking about it, and you're still gonna you're theorizing and all this stuff, and it's like I like when movies do that, because if a movie was forgettable, you're just kind of like whatever, right? You move on.
Yeah.
But this movie obviously had some element of mystery and something that it had to offer that had you kind of like thinking about it once you left. I like movies that leave a lasting impression on you. I like movies
Yeah.
that do that for you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I fuck with
yeah.
that.
That's
Absolutely.
facts, bro.
What about you, Mari? Did you have any? No, you already said your negatives, right?
I already said my negatives. I don't know. I don't think I said any of my positives. I said the acting was good. I will say, like, even though, like I said, it wasn't a horror thing, I do like what we did get.
Yeah.
It was good. It wasn't boring, because you could fuck it up. All right, like, all right, you lied to me in the trailer. Let's see what it actually is, and actually, it's good. You're not gonna feel boring, but like, okay, what the fuck? Like I said, the only part you can feel boring is that the horror parts, they're not really there. It's sprinkled throughout. So like I said, if you really were looking forward to that, you're gonna be massively disappointed in this one.
And even then, we mentioned that it's not really a horror movie.
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's more of a family drama with horror sprinkled in.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But the family drama, it is good, man. It feels believable. I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest thing. Is like you can believe, like, all right, I can see why this could be could happen in IRL. Who knows? Maybe probably is, right? But I think overall what we did get was good, and it wasn't like I said, you lied to me, but what we got was good, and you needed to hit on that, because if you lied to me and it was bad, then the whole movie's already fucked from the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the camera work also, the POV of the shot, how it flows, everything like you said also. I think that was really good and really well done. Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of positives for me in this film.
With that, okay, let me. 'Cause there's some things I want to talk about, but I'm trying to think if it's maybe
Spoiler
related or not. Yeah, I don't think
Because
so.
the
but
next
yeah.
thing, the next thing I want to say is like it comes with my negative, but it's a spoiler 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I guess to really recap, guys, if you're expecting the Paranormal Activity, the Conjuring type of thing, this movie might not be for you. If you saw Skinamarink and you didn't like that at all, this also might not be for you. Just because of the type of dialogue that's presented here and the way the movie kind of presents itself, like we said before, it's like more of a type of drama situation from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining.
Would you
Yeah.
call it a supernatural drama?
I like that. I like that term.
Yeah, I
we
was saying
might use
that-
that. We're gonna patent
It's
that.
a super.
It might actually be a genre.
for real.
But yeah,
Guys,
it's like a
it's been a thing
supernatural
since 1990.
drama. Yeah, it's like bro. Yeah,
That's a good term,
accurate.
actually.
That's a
Yeah,
good term.
supernatural drama. Yeah.
Yep, I think that's accurate, guys.
Now, I'm assuming we're gonna get to the part where we're gonna give our final thoughts and our rating.
Yes.
One last thing I want to ask you two
Okay.
before we get into it, because Hector mentioned something interesting, and that is, Hector said just now, if you watched Skinamarink, or at least tried, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
you didn't finish it or whatever, and it wasn't your thing, that you may not like Presence. As someone who has not watched Skinamarink, I would say, and this is just based on the clips that I've seen of the movie, like on
Yeah.
YouTube and stuff, I don't know if comparing this movie to Presence to Skinamarink is quite accurate, and I can understand in a sense where
Yeah.
you're coming from, and I do make those connections.
Yeah.
But in Skinamarink, you barely ever see facial features. You don't see people's
Yeah,
faces,
true.
and a lot of times it's still shots of like the ceiling or just random places around the house.
Yeah.
You sometimes hear dialogue in the background, but it's very vague and it's very like minor. This movie offers a lot more than the vagueness of
Yeah.
Skinamarink. So, do you think that it's still like Skinamarink in a sense?
I'm not
of that?
comparing them directly, as in like they're exactly the same thing. I'm more so talking about how
Some things were shot.
how some things were shot, and obviously the pace. Because bro, you just said this movie was an hour 20, bro.
Yeah, but it feels
Let's
way
be
longer.
real. It felt way longer than that.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's and that's why I'm kind of comparing it with Skinamarink, because Skinamarink, even though an hour 48 is pretty long, right? But it felt way longer than the hour 40, right?
Yep.
And I know that's very important to some people. Some people might not hate the slow burn aspect of certain movie and stuff. Maybe some people might not be as entertained as like we are. Maybe like I'm thinking of like the casual like people and stuff. But maybe people that are listening to us right now are probably not casuals.
Yeah, I know.
So, but absolutely, I think he's right. I do think that this movie, in a sense, does provide more compared to Skinamarink, because here we see faces, we actually have conversations, versus in Skinamarink we actually we don't see that at all. And what's interesting is that this movie is pretty short, but it felt like maybe around the same length as Skinamarink, and then Skinamarink is like longer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting thing that I've noticed. Do you feel that way, Mario? Because I know you saw it.
Yeah. If anything,
I don't know. It's kinda
one thing I can add on is that if you were going into this movie and you wanted that horror element into it like this, then I recommend you watch Skinamarink, because it gives you more of that horror / fear.
But
as you know,
like I said, the pacing is what gets people.
it's
man.
the pacing. I'm like,
It's
right
what gets
now,
people.
there's not
and
a lot
I
of
think
talking.
it's what's gonna get people in this one. To be honest, man.
But if you do want horror and you think, because people who came to this, I feel like came to it because like, oh, it's gonna be spooky and the idea behind it.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, if you want to get spooked,
Should we look at, I haven't even looked at the scores. Real quick.
I did.
What is it?
It's in the 80s for critics. It's in the 50s for audiences.
All right, come on, bro. You
Yeah.
see me? Am I not speaking facts right now?
Yeah.
I'm speaking facts. I'm telling you, like probably most people are not gonna really fuck with it, and I bet you money it's because of the pacing.
Yes.
I don't think it's because of like the story or the direction. I don't think it's that. I think it's the pacing. People are like, oh, like, this is boring, or like, we want to see crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the comparison I'm making with Skinamarink. But finish your thought.
No, I was going to say, like, because like I said, I think you're coming to presence because of the horror.
Yeah,
Mainly the horror and the idea, like, ooh, you get to see scary shit from the ghost. That's raw, right?
That's low key what I was expecting.
And that's what I was thinking too, right? So, but obviously you didn't get that. So if you want to see something, I'm not saying it's gonna be the POV of a ghost, obviously, but if you want this type of style, but actual like horror and that feeling of fear,
Ghost Dimension.
Oh, I was about to say watch Skinamarink because people are watching it. It's very similar to my mind, but just know it's gonna be drastically different. Like there's barely anybody in it. There's barely any words spoken, but the horror, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, but now thinking about it, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I probably think that the average person would probably enjoy this one more than Skinamarink.
Yeah, because I know, because there's such a people, there's people talking. I'm saying give it a shot.
sure.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
watch. It's worth a shot, because if you went out and bought this ticket to watch this movie, why not give Skinamarink a shot too?
Yeah.
Honestly, because I enjoyed it. I think we give it a 9. I remember exactly.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember being
and
actually.
it was our first year of HRV, guys. So
Yeah.
Don't shoot us.
Yeah.
You know? I haven't seen the movie since. Maybe if I
Yeah.
watch it again, maybe my rating will change. Like,
Like,
oh,
oh,
you
no,
know what? Maybe I was too generous.
Hey.
But I do remember that I was actually genuinely like freaked out.
Yeah,
Scared.
same here. I remember.
Did my environment help? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching that bed at night, bro, and I remember telling him, like, bro, this shit made me realize the difference between being scared and actually being fear, like feeling.
No, dude.
feeling
Okay,
the
wait.
fear.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna watch it, right? Hav?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's this part of it's not spoilers. People
For me, it's at the
listening,
very
relax.
end of the movie where
No, that's what I'm saying. There's
Okay,
a part.
bet,
There's a
bet.
part of the end of the movie,
Yes.
right, Hav? That like, it's just a straight shot at like the entity,
yeah.
or whatever. You just see
Oh
an
my
entity,
God.
and the entity. If that scene, it feels like he's fucking looking at you, bro, and like, and like you hear dialogue coming from that entity.
Isn't there text on the wall? Or, like they show text.
No, it's like subtitles or something.
Okay, bet,
'Cause,
bet,
yeah,
bet.
the movie has subtitles because
Yeah.
sometimes the dialogue could be kind of muddy a little bit. But that's like the point, it's supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're staring into this entity, and it's a like prolonged shot, and you're just having like a stare off. And you're like, okay, and then it starts speaking, but like it's speaking in a way like if it's talking to you.
Yeah, it's actually fire and shit.
It's creepy as fuck, and I'm not even kidding. I was by myself. I'm like, yo, this is creepy the fuck out right now, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was laying in bed watching it, like chilling, like that, to the point where like I was like looking at it, I'm like, yo, why is it talking to me? And
Yeah.
where I like put my phone away
Yeah,
like
bro.
this, where
Yes,
I'm like,
bro.
dude, I don't want to look at it anymore,
Dude, it was creepy, and I've
Yeah.
never felt like I
Never.
never felt that before,
Facts,
ever.
bro.
Because it's like, what the fuck? I'm staring at. I'm like, it's like the abyss is staring into me. I'm fucking. Up. But you know what I'm talking about? It's like, yo, like this bitch is staring at me, and it's
Yeah.
like saying shit. But wait, Are you talking to me? Like, what the fuck, bitch?
Dude.
Like, get away from me. I don't know, man. It's just really spooky.
Yeah.
Another scene, too, with the bed scene. I'm just going to say the bed scene.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know, man. Something about it. Even though the slow burn, I do agree, man, the pacing in that movie. I'm going to be real. I think it could have been shorter.
Yeah, probably.
Now looking back at it. But I just never, oh, man, that's just fucking spooky.
No, that ending was
It's
so
spooky.
good. Such a
Anyway.
good ending. Yeah.
Anyway, going back to
Presence.
to Presence. I mean, Kav said the Rotten Tomatoes. Clearly, the audience people may not as like it, but like I
Makes
said,
sense.
I think this movie's not for everybody, man.
It's
Same
not.
thing with Skin and Ring. It's not for everybody. There's certain movies out there that you might prefer, some movies that you might not. And if you are looking for some paranormal activity, some Conjuring or some The Nun bullshit, you're not gonna find that here. And personally, even though the pacing might have been, a little bit slower or whatever, I do think that the overall direction and the conclusion to the story was satisfying in my opinion, and was like, oh wow, and it makes you really think. And I agree with Hob. I do like movies that can do that. And you might make the argument, well, Longlegs kind of does that, right? And sure, I mean, yeah, Longlegs does make you think, but I think it makes me think in the wrong way. It makes me think of like, wait a second, like that doesn't make sense because like this happened, so how does this happen? Like some logic plot holes issues that I found, versus here it's like there's not necessarily plot holes. It's more just like, what really happened? Like how did this, like, what is this? Is this and that? But anyway, with that being said, I think that's pretty much everything for our non-spoiler section. Do you want to go to our ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'll go first.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
I thought for a January movie, this is probably one of the best January movies I've ever seen.
You motherfucker. I was gonna say the same shit too. My
That's
shit.
That's true.
Swear to
That's
God.
Just because January is just it's notoriously known for putting out really bad movies for some reason. Nationwide releases don't count because technically those got limited release the year before.
Yeah.
Like in the last couple weeks of December, and then it gets a nationwide. I don't count those.
Yeah.
But I thought this movie was very well done. It was a very unique way of telling a story through the spirit's perspective. The actors and everyone did a good job, but I was more immersed as to how the presence in the movie plays a part into the family drama and how everything's going on at the house. I liked the way that it was filmed all in one shot because it's all from the perspective of the ghosts and stuff like that. Honestly, the only negative that I have about this movie is that there is something more like when you get to the end of the movie that kind of makes you go, I wonder what that means. And I didn't really get my answer quite yet. So maybe in the spoiler section, we can talk more about it. But to be honest, I thought this movie was really good. I think I would rewatch it again. I think it is worth a movie ticket, regular price. And I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's not. Want me to go next or you?
You can go next. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Fuck. Speaking of the whole movie ticket shit, I forgot. We forgot to do that for our Wolfman review. Fuck.
Didn't
Anyway,
I say it wasn't
you
worth
did,
it?
but not us.
Oh, my bad.
Not us.
No.
But okay, real quick, right? Well, Wolfman, movie ticket. Ooh, that's tough.
I would have said discount.
Yeah, I agree with
Discount,
Hop. I think
oh.
discount.
Alright.
If not discount, maybe we should watch till it's on
Streaming.
Netflix, bro.
Anyway, so with Presence, I'm gonna give it an extra point for including the title name in the dialogue. It's like there's some presence here. Haven't I reacted like, you know how we normally do? They did the thing. They did it. So that's an extra point, buddy. No, I'm playing.
That's
But I
funny.
thought it was kind of funny. I do agree with Hob, man. I do like this modern take of like of a found footage type of movie. It felt refreshing. I thought the story and the direction was satisfying. For a January movie, same thing with Hob. I agree. I thought it was really. I enjoyed it a lot, and from the whole how it makes you really think, I enjoy it a lot, and I think I got it locked down. So in the spoiler section, you're gonna damn me up again.
Hell no.
But I think I would agree with Hav on this one, man. I really like this movie. I think
Steelbook?
I think Steelbook? That shit crazy. Steelbook. I'll probably skip out on the Steelbook.
Ooh.
I'll probably skip out on the Steelbook.
All right.
Steelbooks are expensive, bro. They're like $45, dog.
Yeah.
And that's like retail. That's not like if they're sold out, you have to buy them like, second market.
Yep.
But fuck, where was I? Where was I? How distracted me? Oh yeah, I do think it's a worth movie ticket. Would I get a Steelbook? Probably not. but I do think it's worth a normal price for to go see this movie. I think you guys should. It's really a breath of fresh air if you are into those type of experimental type of films. If you're expecting, like what we said before, not to be a broken record, but you probably might not be into it. But with that being said, yeah, I do think I'm gonna give this one an 8, man. I thought it was great.
All right. kind of what I said, for a January movie, I actually had expectations for it, and it did meet them, I would say. I think the acting was overall good. I like the experimental factor of it all. Some things were left unanswered, which kind of did bug me because I kind of wanted answers, and from certain, especially from the mom, because I want to know what the fuck she was on. But other than that, is this worth the movie ticket? I would say so. Also, it's worth a regular price. Would I watch this animated? Probably not. I don't think it would change. I feel like this movie's better in live action than animated, personally. Nah, man. I think this is better. I think this is one of the best January things I've ever seen, which is obviously not saying a lot, but it is saying something. But I would probably give this like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it's good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's fair. With that being said, guys, we're actually gonna jump into the spoilers section. Actually, talk about what actually happened and theorize, and talk about more of our negatives and such. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. We're gonna be jumping into the spoilers section in 3, 2, 1. We are now in the presence of Hav.
Dumbass.
We're now in the spoilers section, guys. All right. So what do you want to start with first?
I want to start off with mom's
that negative
storyline, bro. So
Okay.
I want, because maybe I just missed out on it, but was she involved in like some sort of like illegal activity in terms of like money or some shit? Because it never
something like that, and that kind of plays part into the father. Remember, the father was trying to get legal advice and saying a hypothetical, but really, come on, it's really them.
But yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck was going on there?
Because they started in the beginning, bro. Like
Yeah.
her in the balcony, she's like, "Hey, like, what'd you do? Like, don't raise the taxes on this. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, we're in this together. Like, don't do that. Blah blah blah." So I'm like, "All right." I thought she was talking about her job, right? But then we also get a scene of her in their bedroom, and she's deleting emails.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the? So I thought there, I'm like, oh, is she cheating on him? Like she's hiding some shit or something like that? But I'm like, no, it can't be.
Emails.
No, well, they're old, bro. They're parents,
Yeah.
bro. They probably don't know. That's probably how they fucking do it or some shit, right?
She's not that old.
But then the dad, we saw
she's
what?
And she's 50 years old, really? I still.
God damn. What's it called? Then we had the dad scene where he's like, hey, hypothetically speaking, what if some partner was doing something illegal?
Yeah.
And the unaffiliated partner, what would happen? I was like, okay, so it's not. So he knows about it or is suspicious about it, but it's definitely not anything like that I just said. It's something illegal in terms of like cash, money, or like taking money from someplace you shouldn't. But it never got confirmed. Maybe it did, and I missed out on it. But I don't know what you guys. You guys know?
No, then he like on that same phone call, he's like, "Well, what if they weren't together?" Like hinting at a divorce.
Yeah.
Him saying like, "Oh no, we are not fine" and stuff, and he starts breaking down, crying.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about the father. Is like that entire plot, like nothing. We don't know anything what happens to that. Mm-hmm. Like nothing was answered for that.
Well, maybe there was an answer at the end where I don't really call it, but the only thing I can come as an answer is that like, hey, maybe we should go talk to the guy at right near the end of the movie where they go before they go on that trip, right before the brother dies. He's like, maybe we should go talk to Alan, whatever the fuck, right, and talk to him about your problem, our situation. And she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, sweetie, or whatever the fuck he says. I know. Like, let's stop pretending. Like, I know. I could have walked away from it. I could have let you deal with it by yourself. But instead of that, I chose to be with you and to tackle this with you. Maybe that's the answer you're looking for. But to me, it's not satisfying enough.
No. I mean, it's still not. It's still kind of unanswered because like we just see that conversation, but we don't know what exactly why the marriage was failing, why what the mother was exactly doing. I think there was certain like that. I was like immersed in that, like also among the other stuff as well, right? But I was like, dang, I wanted to know exactly what was happening, and when I thought it was gonna be like a bigger like part of the story.
Same here, because I
what I mean?
thought,
It's like, oh, okay,
because
so-
also how like the mother clearly had a favorite child. She clearly had a favorite child,
and
so I thought this money shit and then that involving the son, because the son was the favorite child. I thought it was going to come to light at the end, but it never did. That's
Yeah,
why
no,
I was like,
and
okay,
that's
what,
another
what,
thing
I'm like,
too,
what was
like-
she doing with her son? That was fucking like.
That's what I'm saying. You know, those are the points that I'm making where
Yeah.
there are certain things in this movie that it's kind of left unanswered and it's left up for the audience to decide what exactly
What's going
happened.
on.
And I think Hob might be looking up the answers right now.
It just says that she was committing money fraud.
Money fraud.
That's it.
All right, that makes sense. That's what I was assuming, but I just wanted more.
But like not exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, the movie doesn't really go into much detail, so it doesn't
Yeah.
specify what she was doing. It just says that she was committing money fraud, and the father was contemplating
Yeah.
separating them.
Yeah, that's what I got from it.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's what I assumed too. But I just wanted, I just wanted more of a concrete answer, if that makes sense. Because like I knew that money fraud thing wasn't gonna be a main plot point. It was gonna be between. I thought the main plot point was always the daughter and what happened to her friends that died. That was
Yeah.
for me. That was the main storyline. And so I just wanted a more solid answer in terms of what was the mom was doing. Because I was hooked on that too. That in the main story plot.
Wait, now that I'm thinking about it.
What?
So now we're in, okay, since we're in the spoiler territory. Do you remember the beginning of the movie with how like, they were painting the house
Yeah.
Yes.
and shit? Mm-hmm. And
You're talking about how like Roberto didn't want to enter that room.
yeah.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
You know, I did too. I'm like, oh, interesting. So was that,
I think
were
that
we
was
looking into the future?
no. That's when they were moving. No, that was before
But why didn't he want to go in?
because
I took it as like, oh, he doesn't want to go in that room because something crazy happened in there.
No, because if the way they painted the walls was the same color as what the
Oh, was it actually?
it was the same color. Yeah, because it
Was
was
it?
orange before, and they were painting
Oh,
it
fuck.
whatever the fuck it was in that room.
Okay, so what the fuck was that about?
I just think it's just hinting at Roberto knows like if he's a religious person or a spiritual person where he's able to sense shit. It's like I'm not going in there because that's where the spirit is.
Okay, but listen. Okay, hear me out. So, okay, now we're getting into the theories bullshit,
Yeah.
right? So this is what I got of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before I actually dive into this, in the trailer half, when I
Yes.
saw the trailer, the one with the part that I mentioned where it would happen at the end of the movie and they showed it in the trailer, makes you think a certain way. Was do you remember when what was his name? The brother's name? I forgot. his
Tyler.
name. Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
When Tyler wakes up and he's like, Chloe, right? That's her name, Chloe. Chloe, and he like runs up the stairs, and then the spirit is like chasing after him.
Mm-hmm.
That part was in the trailer, and it was just that part, and
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, that's near the end, and I kind of thought like, oh, the spirit's like chasing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes you like, oh, so he's like an evil type of spirit or whatever the fuck. But anyway, we know that's not the case. Okay, but okay, now going into the shit, right? So I thought the spirit, the presence, was the Tyler this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, and that's
All
what
right.
I was kind of confused. Like, oh, because at the end of the movie we see his reflection
In the mirror.
in the mirror. And
Yeah.
like, and that's like supposed to be like a big epiphany, a big reveal. Oh, it was Tyler this entire time, but then it's like, wait, how does that make sense? Because I think you brought up how, well, we're seeing Tyler here. How does that make sense? Well, if you guys stretch your mind real quick. Let me stretch your mind, Hav. Let me stretch your mind, cowgirl.
Hell no.
If you remember when they brought in that girl that is able to have like psychic
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
The clairvoyant.
Yeah, the clairvoyant girl. She said, "Oh, usually when you have a presence, it's either like this, or the guy was saying it's like some gate that opened or whatever,
Like a door.
and it's a spirit that's put there. Either it's in the present or in the past, and they don't know exactly what their purpose is or what they're trying to figure out. And so when I'm like, wait a second, they're either in the present or in the past. That means that this spirit of Tyler, like it's confirmed at the end, that he's in the past and he's trying to protect his sister for what happened, and that's what he did, and that's how he died. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's how I took it. And that's the explanation, because you said, how is that possible, whatever, but it's because that girl said it's either the spirit could be in the present or in the past. They don't know where they are, but and they don't know what their purpose is, like something like that
Oh, so you're saying that even though he's dead, his spirit is just stuck in the past?
type shit.
And
yeah.
that's why he's
and
able
like,
to-
from what we're seeing,
And
we're
that's
seeing his
why-
perspective of like him saving.
And it makes sense because
That's what I
because the spirit before this epiphany happens, we see Tyler as
Yeah.
the spirit. The spirit does nothing but good things to like
Yeah.
help out Chloe.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
That's-
that's you know.
I noticed I'm like this isn't an evil spirit. It's a friendly or good spirit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like when when she's about to have sex with that white dude, the one with the blonde hair, he
Yes.
stops it. He takes off the fucking shelving in her closet. I go, huh, okay. At first, I thought I was like, is this spirit in love with Chloe? I thought it was gonna be that type of thing, but then
that'd be
no.
crazy.
But then he does it.
Scary movie too. Boy.
When that
I hate that we thought the same fucking. That scene is so
Where
stupid,
the
That
ghost
was
is fucking the
funny.
chick.
dude.
hell no. But then there's
Oh
the
my
other
God.
scene where that blonde dude puts drugs in her orange juice,
Yeah.
and the spirit knocks
Knocks
it
it off.
knocks
Yeah.
it off, right? So every time he gets active, it's
Okay.
to help out his sister.
So this is okay. Ready? So that's what I think. But the reason why I like it, and where I said it's not as predictable, I have like compared to Wolfman, is because in the beginning of the movie, they're painting that room where the presence came out of the closet, right?
Yeah.
And the Roberto, whatever's like, I don't want to go in there, meaning it's telling us, the audience, oh shit, like something happened here, clearly, because that guy knows about it. He doesn't want to go there, and we know that spirit. That's where he goes. Like that's where his resting place is. So we're like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And then we later find out that Chloe had friends that died, or that died unexpectedly or through drug overdose, and we're led to believe, wait a second, we're thinking as the audience, did they move into one of her friend's house, and is that her spirit? Because while the spirit gets super close to Chloe's like, I forgot, she says her friend's name.
Nadia.
And yeah, Nadia, and then the spirit kind of steps back. So it's like leading you to believe, wait a second, like, is this Nadia that we're like, what the fuck is going on? And then when the crazy shit's happening, they're having the conversation outside the porch. He's like, it's
Yeah.
Nadia, bro. And then it's like, it's trying to get you to believe it's Nadia.
Yep.
And they kind of perfectly set that until the very end where they reveal, no, wait a second, it's Tyler. And it kind of makes sense because of that clairvoyant chick said either the spirit could be either in the present or the past, or and it's kind of his resting place. That's where he died, essentially. That's where, remember, he like, get off of her, and like they both flew out the window. That was
Yeah.
crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
I was not
I was
expecting
thinking
that
that
shit.
either. No.
And so, yeah, Chloe had these two friends that died of the same thing. Coincidence? I think not, bro. That's kind of weird, right? The brother was a dick, saying, "Oh, they're just you got to stop hanging out with your junkie friends and shit like that," right? But later we find out that this blonde guy,
Yeah.
right, one of his friends, I guess he was like a popular kid at
Yeah.
some shit at the school, and Tyler was trying to make good friends with him so he could like be on a team or like, I don't know, get some type of reputation out of him.
Yeah.
And we find out that they end up having like an actual relationship, Chloe and this blonde guy. But then we find out he's like a weirdo, bro. He's trying
Yeah.
to put drinks and shit. It's like, whoa, what is up with this guy? And we find out that he is the killer. He's the one that killed those other two girls. But the reason why he was able to get away from it was because he put, I don't know what it is, some type of drug that caused them to pass out that's in their bloodstream, and he suffocated them. So when they do like a what is it called?
An autopsy?
An autopsy.
It makes it look like.
It makes it look an overdose because they see the fucking the drugs in their bloodstream. And this, I was not, okay, I want to be real, bro. When I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? I wasn't expecting that part. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This guy is the killer. And he started acting all crazy. I thought he was going to like grape her, bro.
Yeah.
No, same here. That's what I thought.
But thank God, like, that didn't happen. Didn't get the chance to, right? And part of the acting, part of like the character's performances, I want to say him was a bit lackluster. There were some scenes with him that was kind of like, I didn't really buy personally. Like the one where you were seeing, you were laughing at.
Yeah, I was
I'm
laughing.
alone. Fuck. I fucked up.
I'm
Like,
always
I did-
alone.
that scene I kind of didn't really buy. Even some scene at the very end where it's
That shit
supposed to be
was
very
too
good.
funny.
I thought that was supposed to be the point, though.
It kind of is, but I still find it
I
funny.
thought he was like trying to be convincing to her. You know what I mean? And like
yeah.
she bought it. She believed
Yeah.
it. It's like, no, it's not your fault. And like us, the audience, like, I didn't buy that shit. So I
Yeah.
don't think it was
But
on
is
purpose.
Well, wasn't it on purpose for the audience to be like, the audience needs to know that he's faking it?
Oh, but we already know that because before that, we already see him do weirdo shit. You know?
That's true.
Continue on. Continue on.
No, that was it.
No,
that was it. I was
no,
just.
no.
But do you
I,
wanna talk
I
about-
took
'cause-
yes.
No.
I took it as like it was supposed to be that obvious, for the audience to think like, oh yeah, he's faking it, but the chick's going to believe it, and thus lead to who knows what's gonna happen next.
Okay, I mean, okay, let's say that was
Yeah.
the case, right? The scene where like he's on top of her and like with the saran wrap and like doing all that crazy shit. I thought some of it when he was like super close to her, I just thought like it was, I don't know, I didn't really buy it as much. And I think him, like his acting and like his particular character, I think was probably the weakest link out of everyone else.
I mean, I
but yeah.
don't doubt it.
you say?
No, you're good. What's it called? I don't doubt it because, and the reason why I was laughing because he said I was laughing, and the reason he just said walking away, I'm a bitch, and the reason why I was laughing, man, is because when we were in high school, right? That's where I met Hector, right? How I imagine Hector in high school is like Hector was like he's blonde hair also. Hector has blonde hair, right? Not blonde hair like that guy, but similar to that, right? Listen to rock music, fucking emo type shit. Like that's the vibe you get from this guy in the movie, and that's the vibe like I always imagine Hector in fucking high school.
Oh my god!
And so like when he said, when the guy, I forgot his name, when the guy said it in the movie, it was like, did I fuck up? I'm all alone. Like why am I always all alone? I just imagine Hector saying that shit too.
I never thought that.
Dude, it's fucking funny as hell.
And when
bro.
Hector said after the movie is fat, you stay laughing at just random shit in the movies.
Nah, it's because the reason why I do that, Hob, is that something will happen in the movie, and I genuinely find it funny. Like I chuckle at it, but
Okay.
then I don't know why I do this, but I imagine something in my head where it involves you. Like, oh, what if Javi did this? What would he say? And I imagine
You just put me in situations.
I just put
you put me and Hector in situations.
I put you and Hector in those situations, and that's why I start breaking out laughing because I'm just like, oh my god, that would be fucking hilarious.
But,
to
like-
see.
Wait, who are you comparing? Wait, hold on.
What?
Who are you comparing Hav to?
No, it's because I said after the movie, you said, oh, Mario stays laughing about just random shit in the movies.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
I
why
He
know
you-
says
why.
the reason why I always laugh is because I'd be watching a movie and I'll be watching a scene and my head immediately goes to like, yo, what if that was Hav? Yo, what if that was my dad? And it's like, and he just starts laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, because I told you weren't here because I was like in that scene where he's like, I'm all fucking alone. It's all my fault. What I do? I'm like, I imagine Hector saying that, so that's why I started laughing.
Oh, bitch, bro.
And like, I personally don't see that.
And it's funny because like the vibe Hector always gave off to me in high school was like, yo, he's just emo motherfucker.
You know what I
Rock.
hate is like the rock music that they played.
You recognize the rock
I know what they are. Like I have them in my playlist.
Bro, my contact of Hector has never changed in my
You're
phone.
such a bitch, bro. Do you see his contact?
It's this guy. I don't know if you know him, Hob. He's from an old Cartoon Network called 17, or was it called, or 16? Some shit like
The
that.
blonde dude?
No, this guy.
Oh, you're thinking of Total Drama.
Island. My bad.
Total Drama Island.
Total Drama. That's what I'm thinking. That one.
That guy
the
like
emo-
rocker dude.
Yeah.
He's such a bitch. He's been had that, bro. He's been had that
I'll
off there all
change
year.
Fuck you! You still have me as a gorilla. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Do it, do it.
I don't want to hear it. Do I actually?
That's worse.
I do.
Yeah, bro.
No, okay, that was back in 2018 though.
Yeah, I know.
That was like, no, listen. It's because I don't know if we said this on the pod before, but you know, Hav loves the Gorillas, like the bands, the band, bitch. Why are you laughing? He maybe likes the animals too, but he likes the Gorillas
I'm from
band.
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Hobbs.
Planet of the House. So back in 2018, when we used to work together and shit, he would tell me about them and stuff, and I would just make fun of him and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's why I put a gorilla as as the profile
like-
picture.
What the fuck?
And it's a real life gorilla. Like it's an actual real life gorilla. And that's just I've always had it.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
funny.
Yeah, I should probably update it or
That's
something.
funny.
So never
Yeah.
change it, Mario.
This guy.
That shit's raw.
That doesn't make sense. Bro. he thinks of me as some emo killer, bro. That's crazy, bro. If you were to compare Mario, who would he be?
Well, to be fair, he has me as Dr. No,
Dr.
Mario.
Mario.
Dr. Mario. There you go. Yeah,
You know,
Dr.
with
Mario.
like actual
Yeah,
Dr.
that's what he
Mario.
has me as.
from the
Yeah.
games, yeah.
That's because you had your fucking name as Dr. Lamario.
Yeah, that's funny
That's
though.
his old-
No, either way, even besides that, that's still fire. Not fire, but that's a good one. You know
Good
what? Good contact photo. I don't think I have one for you, Hop. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me
No,
see.
it's just me.
What would you put it? What would you put it as?
Oh, I got one,
Be
but
honest.
I don't want to name drop.
I already know who it is.
I already know it's
You don't
someone.
wanna
It's
name
someone he
drop?
hates.
Oh!
Wait, who?
That'd be funny.
Oh,
I'll have
That is
him.
funny.
That's
I was thinking
funny.
of something else.
Hey,
What?
man, what?
You want me to name drop?
Oh, is it actual name drop?
Yes.
Ah, fuck no.
All right.
No, for Hector, bro, his contact photo is just an old picture of him when we were kids.
Yeah, you're a
bro.
bitch. Bro. Like I don't
And it's
get
like,
that.
and it's like, what's so funny? It's just Hector when he's younger, yeah. But in this picture, he had a mohawk.
Oh, that's. You gotta show me that.
No, don't show them.
No, you gotta show me.
Yeah, I
that.
haven't showed you.
No, you never showed
Yeah,
me.
bro,
it.
it's a picture of Hector when we were kids, when we were younger.
fuck?
But it's just funny because in this picture, he has a mohawk.
What the
Hold on.
fuck? That's actually funny.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Fuck, it's not letting me pull it up.
That's actually funny as hell. Oh my god, dude.
Fuck, dude, I can't. Hold on.
I damn. Huh?
I gotta find the photo because
Oh, you changed it?
no, it's because I can't make it big. It's gonna be a small ass circle.
Like how I showed you?
yeah,
That's fine. You just. Oh wait, it's like both of you are in it, so you had to zoom in on it.
Yes.
Ah, I get it.
So here, I can look for it.
All right. No,
But-
man, that's funny though.
It's just to me, it's funny, and I don't know why, bro. But as a kid, I actually remember vividly
Uh huh.
us taking that picture,
Oh wow, for real? That's funny.
and I remember being like, "Why'd you do your hair like that?" As a
Yeah.
kid, because you never used to do your hair like that.
No, I've always had like longish hair.
That's why I was, as a kid, even I was like, "What?" So when I found the picture, I was like, "Dude, I gotta."
You're a bitch. Anyway, back to okay. So yeah, we find out that the blonde dude is the killer, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what the fuck? Were you guys expecting that, man?
No, I wasn't. No, I was actually. They got me
No.
there. They got me. I'll admit it. They actually got me with this plot twist.
Yeah, I was not. I did not think about that.
Because he hid the saran wrap, I'll call it, in that
Yeah.
tube. I saw him put it in his pocket right
Yeah, I
before
did
the
too.
scene.
I was like-
but I'm like, what the fuck
that?
is that?
Oh, I didn't know what
thought
that
it
was.
I thought it was drug. I'm like, oh, that's probably where he keeps the drugs or some shit, like his extra pills or whatever the fuck.
I was real
right?
fascinated. Like, why is this dude trying to roofie these motherfuckers, man?
I know.
Like, what is he gonna? He's
Yeah, I
gonna,
know. I thought it was
he's gonna
gonna.
diddy him, bro.
I thought because of the grape shit, like you said, I'm like,
I
oh,
thought
that's
so
what
too,
she's gonna
man.
do, right?
did not
But
wanna
no,
see
I
that.
was the setup was done well. The director got me because I didn't see it coming. I was led another way, and it was completely other direction. I'm like, that makes sense.
So, Hav, do you want to go against your? I mean, do you want to talk about your theory then? What you had? What you thought? Like who the ghost was? and
Well,
what
I mean, it
happened?
wasn't so much a theory. I mean, I believed it was the Nadia friend
Okay.
who was because the whole time, the whole paranormal,
Yeah.
like the supernatural thing, is that the spirit is constantly helping Chloe, not necessarily terrorizing the family,
Yeah.
which is why it's not a horror. And what I took it as at the end of the movie, the family decides to move out of the house because following the death of her son Tony.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, we see a shot of the mother looking out the window, and she senses the presence nearby, just like how Chloe would sense it, right?
yeah,
And when she would follow the presence into the living room, she looks into the mirror, and that's where you get like the reveal, right?
Yeah.
That the presence is, you now can see the presence in the mirror, and it's Tyler. You see Tyler in the mirror, but not in real life, and she starts breaking down and crying and stuff, right? I took it as, okay, the entire movie, the presence was Nadia,
Okay.
the friend.
Yeah.
And then at this point, at the end of the movie,
Tyler.
it has been replaced by Tyler, because for one, because the entire movie, I guess maybe it's lazy for me to think this way, but in the entire movie, you never see a mirror, you never see the
Yeah.
reflection of the ghost till now. So I took it as like, well, maybe it wasn't Tyler till now, right?
Uh-huh.
But like what Hector said, it could be Tyler the entire movie.
Yeah.
The reason why I never thought that was because, well, Tyler's clearly not dead yet. So I took it as now that he's died, his presence has now taken over
Yeah.
this house, and that's why the presence was able to
Yeah.
to like communicate with his mom. Because if no one else could sense Chloe, if no one in the house could sense the presence, but Chloe, it would have to be someone that was really close to Chloe. Well, her brother, right? Well, yes, but one could make the argument that they didn't have the best relationship throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
And also, how come the presence never got the attention of anybody else until it eventually wakes up Tyler when he's sleeping, knocked out on the couch. More so, but you see how like hard the ghost had to try to get his attention. He did like the rumble shit. He goes into his ear, like wakes him up with the tinnitus sound, starts flickering the lights. Whereas it doesn't have to try that hard to get Chloe's attention. So that's kind of how my mind was at.
I think the reason why, it was so difficult to get his attention was because he was drugged. Like, he
No,
was,
that
like, knocked
too.
the fuck out.
No, that too.
So he couldn't wake up.
No, yeah, that too.
But now that you're saying that does make sense. That does make sense too. But the reason why I'm like, wait, but it also doesn't is because, if it was Nadia, right, that meant that like that because that ghost always resorted to that room, right? You could make the argument of like, okay, maybe that was a resting place, or it's like the ghost, let's say it was for example, it was Nadia, right? Knew that was gonna be Chloe's room, and that's why she was always there, right? But then again, we get the painters, right? And the painters are like, no, I ain't trying to go in that room.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck? Does that mean, okay, is this Nadia's resting place? Is this her house? If it is, they never established that. They never said, oh, this is Nadia's house that we're buying. Or they never say anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's weird because if it was Tyler this entire time, then how the fuck does the painters, that one guy said, I ain't going in there.
Yeah, that was kind of random. I think it was just more so like to build the suspension for the audience.
Or
I don't
maybe...
maybe
Or maybe he's, I don't know, sensed the presence. Maybe it's like a ghost that, like I said, what the clairvoyant chick said, that went back in time or something. That he's stuck in this loop or some shit that, I don't know. Maybe he went back in time to like redeem himself or something. And now that he fulfilled it, he was done. He found out his purpose. Because remember, the clairvoyant said, oh, they have to find their purpose. They don't know what it is. He found his purpose. He accomplished it. And that is why he appeared in the mirror for the first time. And that's why the mom was able to see him. And then, boom, maybe that's when he is finally free from the chains and is able to maybe ascend to heaven or move on with his spirit. Or something. You see what I mean? Like this movie does that, man. It creates like discussions like these, and it's interesting.
On top of that, there's a scene where the dad calls the realtor that sold them the house, and they said that, well, no one died in this house, and by law she has to mention if someone did before we bought it. So that's another thing too.
Yeah, you're right.
But also, I didn't.
Right.
But with that being said, I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't take it like, oh, Nadia died there before, because clearly that got debunked.
And that's why I said, what if the part with the painters that we saw, what if that was the future? Like, that was like after everything happened. But you said no.
No,
that's
because not the case. The walls were orange.
Yeah.
If it was the future, the walls would be that color, like in the movie, and
Okay.
they'd be changing them to orange.
Okay, so that means like, yeah, there was a presence. It might have been Tyler, and then that guy who was religious maybe sensed it and said,
Yeah,
no, I don't wanna go in that room.
let's be honest, man. They use a Hispanic last name.
Yeah.
Let's just be fucking real. Come on, now. Like they use an Hispanic last name, so I'm just like, oh, I'm like, one, I get it, but damn, two, you bitch for that.
He's probably fucking religious and like
That's what I'm
spiritual and
saying.
shit.
Like, oh, Roberto doesn't want to go in there.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
So
I was
it's
like,
really interesting.
Yeah, because
Okay, well,
Yeah.
so however, what do you think? Having these discussions, has your opinion or changed? Do you still think it's
So
Nadia?
I think it is Tyler.
Okay.
yeah,
Now,
I think
I'm looking
leaning
into
more
it.
towards it.
Well, let me provide the proof, cowgirl.
Ooh.
So I'm
Hey
looking.
man, I caught it though.
No, yeah, but like I'm just looking over
Yeah.
like the plot breakdown of the movie, and it says right here that the scene where the clairvoyant comes in and like inspects the room or whatever the fuck, it says that the clairvoyant senses the presence and notes the vintage mirror built onto the fireplace mantle.
Yeah.
And helps see into the spiritual plane. So like she looks into the mirror and she sees the spiritual plane through there. She realizes that Chloe can also sense it due to a trauma opening the metaphysical door, quote unquote. She adds the presence is in the house for a reason and suggests that the present could be trapped in an anachronistic time period, confusing past with present.
Yeah.
Tyler and Rebecca dismissed the story as nonsense. And then that's pretty
Yeah,
much
so
it.
she did say that. Like,
And then
the past, present.
And then you remember later on in the movie, there's a scene where the present's looking out the mirror or the window, I mean, and the dad is talking with the clairvoyant. Like she came to the house all frantic and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here on the plot breakdown, it says the clairvoyant later returns to warn Chris that she believes the presence is here to prevent a future event.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
Something to do with the window that doesn't open.
Yes, she did say that. I remember that. Fuck, why didn't I bring that up? She did say that. So yeah, it just proves that like.
It was Tyler the whole time.
Damn.
And I think what
I
it
had a
was
feeling
is that
that.
it was leaving clues that I guess some people I didn't pick up. So
Wow.
I fucking knew it, man. I picked that. I did know the girl saying. I just forgot about that exchange happened. I for sure remember the clairvoyant saying, "Oh, the past, present, whatever, finding purpose." I do remember that, and that's why it made me believe. Holy shit! When we walked out of the theater, I'm like, "Yo, bro, it was Tyler this whole time, bro. That shit's crazy as fuck." But R.I.P. Tyler, man. And I kind of like the character development because even though we can tell that they didn't get along and shit, he was still played his role as like the older brother, as like the brother.
Yeah.
You know,
He's like, hey, I might hate you sometimes, but will protect you always.
you know what's interesting too is like the moment he woke up from like being drugged or whatever, he immediately was like Chloe and like ran up there.
Yeah.
And, like, it happened so fast, and I wonder like,
Maybe he
What
told him,
hap-
like,
like,
save your
what
sister or
happened?
like go save Chloe.
yeah, right? Like, wonder what
Yeah.
happened there.
What's funny is that the camera goes like super
in,
close to
yeah.
his ear. I was expecting to hear like a word.
Oh shit!
Like, I was expecting for like a
Yeah.
whisper, like Chloe, like I don't know something, but like nothing gets said. You just hear like the tinnitus sound, like the
Yeah.
sound that it makes and stuff, like
the
the
ringing.
ringing. But I was expecting like, oh, let me guess, like because like you know the shit about like we're ghosts, right? Like oh, you could hear them talk or whatever
Oh,
the fuck.
yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, right? But no, it just makes like the ringing sound and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's I kind of and then when he woke up and he was like, oh shit,
like,
Chloe,
Chloe
and he
immediately
went-
ran up
I,
there.
that was I was like, damn, that could have been a cool moment where like the ghost said a word, like whispered
Yeah.
something, and that's what's woke him up. I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of
What do you think? Like, do you think the ghost actually, in a way, warned him about Chloe, and that's why he immediately got up there? Because why did he immediately think about that? Because usually when someone wakes up from like that, they'll be like, "Yo, what the fuck going
Like,
on?
what happened?
Where am I? Like,
Yeah.
yo." Hey, I don't forgot the fucking blonde dude's name. Yo, Johnny, where you at? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, he immediately like was on go time, and like he, as soon as he opened the door, he's like, "Get off of her!" Like he knew.
And it all happened so
And boom,
fast, bro.
tackled him over. Like,
Out the fucking window, bro.
so how did he know? It's interesting. Maybe it was the ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this, or himself.
And yeah, that's true. One last thing I do want to mention. I don't know if you guys had more to say. The last thing that I have to say is that I really like the symbolism that at the end of the movie, the mom sees the reflection of
yeah.
her son in the
Yeah.
mirror. She's like, "Oh my God, it's my son!" And she starts breaking down. The dad and the daughter come running in, and they start comforting her. And I like the symbolism that the ghost floats backwards out of the house and goes to the sky, symbolizing that the
Like he found his purpose. He
And then-
accomplished what he had to do.
and he goes to heaven.
Yeah.
I like just like how like the
Like
the
he's
POV
free.
camera goes up to the sky and shit like that. I do really like the touch.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
like that.
And I think the mom too also said like, "My baby boy, he was just trying to protect you." Like I think she
Yeah.
says something like that. So she
Yeah.
understands now. Like,
Yep.
oh shit, like I know. But yeah, I do agree with you with the whole thing, and it's basically what I was saying. How like he found his purpose, he accomplished it, and now he's kind of essentially free. You know, but it's really definitely interesting, man. That's why I really liked it, man. It makes you think when we put the pieces together. I was like, oh wow, I didn't really expect that, and I thought the direction was great. I liked it a lot. But besides the other small negatives that I had was, you know, sure, the pacing, you know, you could kind of feel it, and also the other plot points that were also pretty interesting, but we didn't get necessarily answers. At least answers that were satisfying enough for me personally.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. But is that everything?
And that's it for me.
And that's it for me.
That's it.
Yep.
With that being said, guys, let us know what you guys think of the movie. Let us know, or your theories. You know, maybe we missed something or whatever. Let us know in the comments. Also, I believe on Spotify they have an update now where you can actually leave a comment on Spotify.
Oh, shit.
Oh
So,
shit! So you
leave a
comment
comment.
down on Spotify. We can check it out and stuff, or you know, come to YouTube and stuff. If you comment on YouTube, we'll for sure see it. Spotify, sometimes maybe not. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.
See you.